Patrick Ewing had a good weekend. Had a good 4 days, 4 wins, 4 days. Dust off Creighton, win the Big East, and now in the tournament as a number 12 seed. They play Colorado on Saturday, and the Georgetown head coach, Patrick Ewing, my Hoyas, joining us on the program. Coach, how much celebrating did you do after the win on Saturday?
First of all, Dan, it's always great to be on. We celebrated a lot in the locker room, on the bus ride back to the hotel, stayed up a little bit. I know that my players, they probably stayed up the whole night talking. Some of them, they took turns taking the trophy to their room. They left me. I took the ball with me in one of the nets. So, because I'm gonna get that put in my office. But we had a great night of celebration, and for what we have accomplished. But which we're saving the rest of the celebration. Hopefully, when we get to the end of this road.
Did it dawn on you as you're up on the ladder cutting down that net that you did that as a 19-year-old in the same building?
I didn't think about it. The only thing I thought about was that, someone told me that on that night was the night that Coach Thompson got hired at Georgetown, 49 years ago. So that made it even more special to see how far we have come from him being the coach there on that day, and fast forward all those decades later to us and me being the first to win it as a player and as a coach.
You got that coach's postseason voice. That's a good thing.
Yes, it was a lot worse on Saturday. It's starting to get a little better now. My players was like, I can't hear you. I can't hear.
Well, they might say that to you, at other times during the season. Coach, I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, it could be good and bad.
What was the pregame speech like before you played Creighton?
I would say before we came to New York, we kept talking about taking steps. It has been a trying year for not only us but everyone in every sport. Shutdowns, COVID, people getting sick, all of those different things. But once we got locked in, and we just talked about taking steps. It was funny. Leading up to the Big East tournament, we had some terrible practices. So I'm like, oh my goodness, we're going to show up and not even compete. But they locked in. They took the steps that was needed. They came prepared and they came ready, and we got the job done.
I don't know if I'm reading too much into this. I did text you after the game, but the security issue when you show up and they're checking to see your credential or asking for your credential. Did your team rally around that? Like, did they know what happened?
They were there for the first time I got stopped, but I'm sure they weren't thinking about it. But it is what it is, Dan. Mr. Dolan and I, we talked about it. It's in the background. All I'm thinking about now is just doing the best job we can do to, one, get past Colorado and whoever is next.
You should have worn your Knicks uniform before you played Creighton, just so they would know. How do they not know who you are?
Well, and the second time I got stopped was I went to use the restroom, and I was walking back to the locker room, and because all these different teams are there, there's not enough locker rooms. So what our locker room was, they made a space right outside of the Knicks, one of the Knicks locker room, and made it into a locker room. So I was walking back from the locker room, and the lady was like, "I need your pass." And at first I got upset because I'm like, it's in the middle of the game, and then I said, "Miss, I'm not trying to be rude, but you see that picture you're standing right there. That's my picture right there. So I should need a pass." And then, anyway, I'm just going to the restroom and get back to the locker room. But it is what it is, Dan. People make mistakes. Not everybody know who I am. I understand that. I played there a long. It's been a long time since I played there, but it ticked me off then. But it's in the past.
He's Patrick Ewing. They got Colorado coming up on Saturday. Do you remember your first NCAA tournament game?
No, I don't. It's been so long. I remember a lot of them, but I don't remember which team or who we played first.
Did you enjoy playing? I know it may sound strange, but sometimes people do things because they're really good at it. But did you enjoy it?
Oh, I love playing. It's funny because, moving here from Jamaica, I didn't know anything about basketball. I knew I was soccer. I wanted to be the next Pele. So I knew soccer, I knew cricket because, Jamaica was once colonized by the British. So when I moved to America and started playing basketball, I was terrible at it. I was 12 years old. I was 5'11", uncoordinated. And, I wasn't very good. And they would laugh at me. They would tease me. One coach even told me that I would never be anything. And so if I listened to those negative things, I wouldn't have became the person that I became. And the reason why I kept playing it is because I love this game so much. I wasn't trying to be an NBA player or anything. I just realized that I love doing this thing that much that even if I never became great at it, I enjoy doing it. I'm not going to let anyone stop me from doing it.
How were you at soccer? Were you any good at soccer?
I thought I was good, but I was 12. Who knew?
Did you ever talk to that coach who said you'd never amount to anything?
I would see him when I would go back to Cambridge. I just would remember it, but I just left it alone.
And, when you're trying to get through to kids and you have kids of your own,
right?
Do you think about what Coach Thompson was doing? And, now you're in his position where you're trying to relate to kids that you're a lot older than. I think you're, what, 59, 58 years of age or coming up on that?
58.
Yeah. So, you're trying to relate to these kids. How hard is that?
Yeah, it's a different era. What Coach Thompson used to do to us, I don't think I can do now. You talk to him, but I do some of the things that he did do. I still try to do, talking to him about life after basketball, talking to them about their education, talking about, everybody that plays college sport, their dream is to get to the NBA. Well, here I am. I'm a person who have been in your shoes and have made it to the mountaintop. Everything that you're trying to get done, I have done. So I'm a walking almanac. So ask me any questions you want. And, I keep trying to tell them, if you want to be good at anything, any walk of life, if you don't put the time in, if you don't work at it, you will never be good. I don't care how much talent you have. There's been a lot of people who have tried to make it to the NBA with all the talent in the world, and it don't work out. So you have to make sure that you prepare yourself.
Who did you hear from that might surprise us after you won on Saturday and made it into the tournament?
I heard from everyone. I heard from Charles. I heard from Michael, Chris Mullen. All the other Big East coaches. I was expecting to hear from Barack Obama or President Clinton. President Clinton always reach out to me for my birthday because he's a Georgetown alum. But I was waiting for that call. I didn't get it though.
Wait, you didn't hear from Barack Obama or Bill Clinton?
No.
Well,
I'm still waiting. Maybe they're waiting for when we win it all.
I think they're waiting. They're waiting until after this Saturday when you face Colorado. You should why don't you go into the locker room prior to Colorado and just put on highlights of you at Georgetown? Just let your kids see, like, this is what basketball used to be all about.
Well, they would probably think I'm bragging. All coaches just bragging.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yes.
It was funny. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So one of my players, he comes to me after practice. He's like, I think Tim Eagle Hefe would have dominated you back in college. And I said, really? What are we, come on, I'm gonna have to go get you tested right now. I said, man, are you crazy? I went number one overall. And Tim is a very good player for us, but there's no way in heck that he would have been able to dominate.
Wait, so
Not one bit.
he thinks one of your players could dominate you.
Right. He was just joking, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was just joking, but he just, we talk trash to each other, all day long.
Don't you wish you were 20 years of age for like 10 minutes now?
Well, I would love to be, and I don't know about 20, but I'd say about 25. With the type of money that they're giving out in the NBA right now, I would definitely get one of those $300 million contracts.
What did Jordan say to you with your text?
He just wanted to congratulate me.
Oh, okay.
He and I have been friends for so long, and he didn't just call me after that game. After every game, he would, either send a text or call. I want to take my hat off to him because he's the reason why I'm coaching. He gave me the opportunity to be a coach in Washington when he brought me on the staff on Doug Collins' staff, and that's when I fell in love with being a coach. So I want to take my hat off to him and tell him thanks.
And I'm guessing. Well, I'll ask you. What do you think Coach Thompson would have said to you after Saturday night?
There's a lot of different things. There would be some definitely profanities in there, but he just say, "Look, we've come a long way. There've been you're shutting a lot of people up for not giving you an opportunity to be a coach in the NBA. They think that big people can't coach or big people can't think, but just keep on doing the things that you're doing. Keep on working at your craft, and that's the diplomatic way of saying it. But there'd be a lot of other things in there. Like he always says, he had a PhD in profanity.
Can I get your Big East tournament credential as a souvenir?
My Big East tournament credential, you know what? I'm going to say this is it right here.
Yeah, there you go. Little champions T-shirt. Champions T-shirt. And is that the game ball?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I told the players that they could play around with the trophy. I'm taking the ball and I'm taking the net. The net is over here as well. So all of this will be going in my office, put it in a case.
And hopefully many more moments there. I know you got a good recruiting class coming in. Is Dikembe Mutombo's son coming into Georgetown next
year? Yes, he is coming. Yes, he is coming.
Did you have to go and recruit him? Did you have to go to Dikembe's house and recruit him?
Well, unfortunately, because of the COVID,
okay,
we weren't able to go to his house. Since he's already signed his letter of intent, I can talk about him. Yes, he's coming. I'm looking forward to coaching him. He's another one of the Hoya Grace, the next generation of the Hoya Grace. My son went here, Alonzo's son went here, now Dikembe's son. And I'm looking forward to the opportunity to coach him, kick him in his butt, and he tells me that he's better than his dad. So I said, we got a lot of work to do to get you there.
What do you think when you see Dikembe in those Geico commercials?
I say, it's funny as heck. I said, boy, the first day I met you, I didn't understand a word you were saying. And still in this damn commercial, I don't understand a word you're saying. No.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a goofball. Hey, congrats. Safe travels. Have fun against Colorado on Saturday.
No, I appreciate it, Dan. I'm here stuck in my room. We're here quarantining, so I don't have too much to do. I really appreciate it. It's always great to be on your show.
Thank you, buddy. That's Patrick Ewing. They got Colorado coming up on Saturday.